Nick, when you're ready, mate.
Paul, Fulham on Saturday. How big a deal would it be to sign off before the international break? For all your players disappear with a win. I mean, it's a good game to target. Obviously, how's the mood? How's the build-up been?
Yeah, the mood's been. Excuse me. Yeah, mood's been good. Mood's been fine. My personal one, I thought it was really clear against West Ham what we did well and what we needed to be better at. So that's been the sole focus this week, attack as a team, defend as a team, and the moments where we pass the ball really well, but we're loose, we need to tidy that up, of course we do. But the intent was there, but we were too easy to play against in the first half, and second half, everyone will point to the fact, and we've had these discussions here, that we were much more of an attacking threat, more attempts on goal, games played in West Ham's half a lot more, but that's because we defended properly. So yeah, that's been the focus. So it's a big, it was a good game for us to get a real strong message out of. And then the focus, Fulham away. We know it's a tough game, but we want the points.
How's it been for you, Paul, on a personal level during this tough spot? There's been some words of support this week from players, from past players. Do you take any notice of that? Are you the kind of manager who would change your approach to fixtures during a difficult run? How's it been for you?
No, I think you always have to be looking at your approach to fixtures, and every manager will tell you have to be wary of results, because that's what puts you under pressure or not. But from our point of view, it's a lot deeper than that. We've had to do a lot of work this summer. We'll continue to do it, so we know near where we want to be. We know that. I understand that. So the approach, I think, can't shift from that. The only time I spoke about stuff like this is with you guys. So I haven't followed it, good or bad, anything said about us. It's more just really looking at us and knowing how hard we have to work. We've had to work so hard to get here and be here, but we want to stay here. So yeah, we'll just continue to work hard.
John Egan, how is it? Is he definitely out on Saturday? And what does that mean for you at the back? Obviously,
yeah, he's out. He's going to be out for a while. Another one. I say I don't know what we've done wrong, who we've upset, but yeah, it's another big injury for us. He's going to be seeing the specialist tomorrow, and then we'll have more of an idea.
Okay. Just on a wider discussion as well, Paul. Jurgen Klopp this week has suggested that Liverpool's fixture against Tottenham should be replayed because of the controversy surrounding Luis Diaz's disallowed goal. You've been quite vocal in some of the refereeing displays in recent fixtures. I think famously as well, the incident with Sheffield United at Aston Villa, although that was a Hawkeye incident, could VAR have intervened and the consequences of that? Where do you think we're at right now with VAR? Because it seems to be most weekends, doesn't it? And
yeah, I don't think you get away from that. I think this instance, and you mentioned the Sheffield United one at Villa, those black and white moments, I think it's more an operational thing. So I've heard the audio, you guys probably have. Within a couple of seconds, everyone knows there's an error. And when it's something black and white, like not an opinion, not someone giving a penalty or not, if we know something's broken, so technical malfunction with the ball that crossed the line, but everyone can clearly see it's crossed the line. It's not, again, we need more technology to tell us it's crossed the line or not. We could see. We were on the bus, we could see it was onside, that goal, and they've checked for the wrong thing, So those moments where we can see, I think that there may be scope to change the rules to be able to intervene in a set period of time because something's categorically gone wrong and everyone can see it. But things do go wrong in games, whether it's decisions, there'll always become conflict about it. I think from our point of view, we want consistency and we're striving for that. And I think VAR's got a place to play in that, but it's how it's implemented, how it's used. But I think they're two separate things. I think I want consistency, everyone wants consistency. I think the instance with Liverpool, it was a goal. Everyone could see it was a goal. The powers that be realised it was a goal after so long. Can something be implemented where there can be an intervention there to make it right?
Just on that, when we humans get involved, are you ever going to get consistency? Because in a circumstance, people will always react a certain way, won't they?
Yeah, but things that can be so. I'm trying to think of examples of what I'm talking about. So if I watched a Brentford game, it was Brentford v Fulham, and I think it was Aaron Hickey got booked for taking his time at throwing. Just went out halfway line, time and throwing. He went to take it, didn't deliver, looked somewhere else, went to take it and got booked. Just a few seconds. Every time Brentford get a long throw, Jensen gets on the ball, they set up to take a short throw, he looks everywhere, goes to take it, no one comes, then they stop, and everyone moves positions, goes and sets up a long throw, and they throw it in the box. It takes about 5 times as long. You know what I mean? It's like, and the problem is the laws, these changes that people want to change, and so it's just from a survey, fan survey worldwide, how do we make the product better? Fans, stop the goalkeepers time wasting, so just goalkeepers under pressure time wasting, stop players standing on the ball, stop players surrounding the referees. Right, well, if that's the case, you can't just say that. What does that look like? You know, how's that going to be implemented? So it's the same for every team in every game. You can't just be the away team's the only one time wasting. You can't just be when a small team plays a big team, it's a small team. You just can't be. So those things are the issues. And then I think how decisions are made, we've come away from VAR intervening as often as it did to only intervening for a clear and obvious error. That's fine, that's great, but with that comes then a lack of consistency. It's back to the man on the field. So we need to first of all stick to one thing, and how's the game going to look and what's the rules going to be, and then get better at implementing them rules.
Yeah,
change all the time. So yeah, for me, there's lots of work to do, definitely. Like I said, when Howard came in the other day, yeah, he's got a big job on his hands, and it's a tough role, but we have to try and make it better. Yeah.
When Egan goes to see the specialist tomorrow, is that when you'll have a clear idea of time scales as to how long he will be out for?
Yeah, he's going to be out a while.
Right. Which, given all of the injury problems at the start of the season and who it is a blow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a blow. I can't deny that. Yeah, we want everyone fit, and we'd have the options for the starting 11s with the options from the bench. Yeah, we haven't got that, but again, then that's an opportunity for others, and that's how we have to address it. That's how we've always looked at it, and that'll continue to be how we do things.
In terms of actual injuries, are there any other problems, if you like, post West Ham?
Yeah, 1 or 2. None I'm going to speak to you about, but 1 or 2.
Any positive news on the injury front?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah, so we've obviously Rhian come through, getting closer. The other boys who's been out of, just making steps towards it. So it'd be great when we. I think we'll have 1 or 2 close to being back after the international break. And when I mean back with the group
and playing. So, in terms of being fully up to speed, where's Tom Davies in his sort of fitness development? Because obviously you've dropped him in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's one of the ones I'm talking about. Right. He's got the point where you could see we've been very patient, been working hard with him, day by day, week by week. You could see his levels getting better and better, to the point where he comes on and has a big impact on the game for us. So yeah, he's one of the ones who's a doubt.
And part of the reason I asked about Tom is that he, along with the other subs at West Ham, had a sort of tangible positive impact on the game. And I just wondered where that placed with sort of food for thought for your selection for Fulham.
Yeah, just as I said, selection, but also to help you in a game. We haven't had that luxury of subs coming on to the level. So what you wanting from a sub, you wanting to maybe change something tactically. So it might be a shape change, it might be someone who performs or plays in the same position but performs that role differently to help you in the game. So it's going to be a tactical change, but first and foremost, you bring subs on, you want an increase in your physical outputs, and we got that from every sub the other day, because people are now up to speed with the games, and that's why the injuries frustrate me, because we want to have that impact from the bench in every game, because the games are longer. It's a jump up from the level we were at. And one way we can, as a team, as a collective, increase our competitiveness and match teams physically is with the bench.
Rhian Brewster, just in the basic sense, has been saying, well, if we can continue from the second half performance at West Ham, results will come, things will continue to improve. Presumably that's part of your thinking as well.
Yeah, there are lots of things in there, which is what we've been striving towards, and we've seen we've seen bits in each game, but again, there's differences in this league. So we play Spurs away, City at home, and do a lot of things really, really well. but it's a game where the majority is in our defensive third, and we have to be a threat and a counter, and then try and develop moments when we do have possession. But I still believe we're away at West Ham, but our approach should be the way we played in the second half, and we defend from the front and we attack together, and we try and create as many opportunities as possible. First thought when we lose the ball is to try and win it back high. If we can't, then we have to drop, and then it may look like that strong defensive display. So yeah, there was that's what we're striving towards, and that's the differences this season.
To that extent then, and I know that in recent weeks Ollie McBurnie has been discussed, top end of the pitch defensively, but also leadership qualities, because he embodies that sort of spirit then, doesn't he, in trying to scrap for the ball?
Yeah, but I still think he's a better player as anyone who's at the top end of the pitch when he gets good quality at the top end of the pitch. In terms of how he defends set plays, yeah, very good. A threat the other way. I think you could see, in the game away at Spurs, how good he was physically as well against some top centre backs. So yeah, big part. But again, game's 100 minutes, and he needs then the support as well from the bench. Whether it's a starter and he comes on from the bench for that impact. So yeah, that's what we work toward. We're not going to do it with 11. We're going to do it with every player, and that's the goal. And each player does it in their own different way. So if Benny Traore's on the pitch instead of Ollie Mark, he's not going to compete in the air the same way Ollie does. No. So he has to use his pace, he has to use his athleticism, and understand the role again without the ball. So
how does all that marry together then with Fulham on the horizon, possession-based team in their own backyard?
Yeah, well, they've not changed since the season they went up. In terms of approach, the subtle changes to it, more around the personnel, because they've gradually improved the squad. So they were very strong in the Championship when they went up, improved and did really well in the Premier League, and then tried to improve again this season as well. So yeah, we pretty much know the tactical setup of how it's going to be. But as you say, a good team with some good players. So we're going to have to be very strong without the ball, and also really good with it to have our moments.
So, Paul, we just had Rhian in here, full of beans, obviously, bouncing to be back. What kind of patient has he been, and how good to have him back and available?
Patient, yeah. You're probably better asking the medical department. But no, do you know what? I think he's been, in terms of his mentality, his attitude and how he's approached things, he's been top class. He's been our biggest supporter while he's been out. Been really, really good about the place. Never felt sorry for himself. And that's when he has had bad news, and he's had some bad news. You guys don't know the bits and the process it's gone through. You just know he's had some tough injuries and some bad luck with it as well. But his approach has been really good, and for me, that's in the time I've known him now in these few years, he's matured a hell of a lot in a very good way as well in terms of his mentality and him as a person. So we love him. We love him as a footballer, and we want that quality on the pitch. But I also love him as a person, and I want that character and that personality around us as well.
Do you believe he can translate that to performances on the pitch, because he's had his struggles with getting goals?
Yeah, but it may be. I keep saying, certainly in the short term, it's going to be different for Rhian, and he knows that. But it doesn't mean back to the squad and what we need from everyone. You know what I mean? A fantastic 20 minutes from Rhian may help us get the 3 points. You know, he's not going to be put under any pressure to be carrying out 100 minutes and strain his body again. So yeah, he's going to have a real specific role in the short term, and gradually, bit by bit, he'll get more confident in his body and more physically able, and yeah, then we'll get more and more out of him.